don't think I can get the warp engines back online under these conditions.
Conditions will change once they're online, Ensign. Keep working.
Shields refuse to stay online.
Evasive action.
There's a hole in their shields. I think an accurate torpedo strike will disable them.
Starfleet accuracy?
Just do it, Study.
Is the flow stable? Bridge. Warp engines are go.
Study, fire. Helm, warp speed.
We must finish them.
They were about to finish us.
For weeks we have repelled against their attacks, but still they follow because we refuse to silence them once and for all.
They've taken out our warp drive in almost every attack. We'd be playing with fire if we went on the offensive. Our tactics should be clear to you by now. Live to fight another day.
I'm picking up a distress signal. It's close.
The Arkan cruisers.
They are relaying our position.
No, it's a Starfleet signal.
Helm. Set a new course.
The song of my heart. And I'm the song of yours, and the great ones anoint our love.
Rajan Sarum, I have news.
Speak, General.
Paula Seckler is in our custody.
Very well. I will be in your presence soon.
I await your audience.
Paula Sickler and I went to school together. How has he wronged you?
There are matters of the Empire far beyond your beautiful grasp. You will be in my presence tonight.
In thy name, Masha.
We're approaching the star system.
Report.
6 planets orbiting a G-type star. The 4th is Class M. There's a lot of gravimetric distortion in the area.
Another singularity formation zone. This one almost surrounds the planet. It's only a matter of time before the black holes crush the 4th planet.
The distress signal is coming from a small ship in the SFZ. It's not Arkan, and it's not Federation.
We cannot jeopardize a ship for an unknown distress call.
Gillen to bridge.
What is it, Ensign?
There's a problem. The last few hits we took.
Warp drive?
Impulse.
So when we drop out of warp?
We'll be dead in the water.
I knew he was gonna say that, and I still can't believe it.
All right, we'll have to work with what we've got. Helm, bring us out of warp 100,000 kilometers from the zone.
We could be pulled into the singularity zone.
We have to get as close to that ship as possible. Bridge to all decks. Brace yourself for gravimetric shear.
With all the gravitational distortion the zone's kicking out, the warp field will not collapse gracefully, sir.
Understood. Helm, bring us out of warp. Damage report.
Inertial dampeners got the worst of it. Minor damage to the warp field coils. Impulse engines offline. No casualties.
What about the ship in distress?
It's well beyond transporter range, and dangerously close to a tight pocket of gravimetric shear.
Life science.
Go figure. The whole composition is preventing energy readings.
All right, let's get them out of here. Talora, Stadi, you're with me. Wozniak, you have the bridge.
Aye, sir.
One of us should remain here.
I need you with me on the away team, Commander. Put up the cloak once we're away.
Aye, sir.
We're through the worst of the shear now. I'm getting a better reading on the planet. There are 8 warp-capable ships in orbit. Configuration unknown. Several shuttles on the surface as well.
The zone is preventing the distress call from reaching the planet.
Lucky we were in the neighborhood.
Sensors can't penetrate the ship's hull. What about a betazoid scan?
A married couple. Both doctors. Their names are Panos and Oculus. They're studying the zone. Panos forgot their anniversary yesterday, and Oculus isn't happy.
We're going to have to dock.
Hang on. I've never done this before. Relax.
Dr. Panos, Dr. Oculus.
Who are you?
I'm Lieutenant Commander Roden Evan of the Federation starship Odyssey. We picked up your distress call.
You're not one of us.
Nor are they Arcan.
We have to get you off the ship.
Not before I transfer the data.
The singularity clouds have been our life's work.
Our engines were destroyed trying to escape from the cloud's expansion.
Structural integrity failing.
Now it's time to go.
Not a moment before he's ready.
We can allow you both to perish.
We do not have enough time to get to the shuttle and detach.
Panos, now!
That works.
Let's go.
He's heavier than he looks.
Hatch closed.
Hang on.
Impulse manifolds damaged. New singularities forming between us and Odyssey.
I'm gonna make a run for the planet.
Royce into Odyssey. We can't get to you. Attempting to land. Repeat, we're making an emergency landing on the surface of the planet.
Stand by for a hard landing.
Definitely never done this before.
Our work?
There are more pressing matters.
Oh.
Stadi's out with a concussion. She'll come around with a nice headache. How's everyone else?
We are well.
Shuttle status, Talora?
Restarting primary systems.
I'm sorry we didn't have time for formal introductions. That's Subcommander Talora, my unconscious Chief of Security, Lieutenant Stadi. We're from another galaxy. We weren't expecting to find other humans in Andromeda.
We're not human.
They're Calvin.
Well, how do you know us? Did Minister Malenko send you to rescue us?
Lieutenant Stadi is a telepath. But we picked up a Federation distress signal. How did you get Starfleet encryption codes?
The Arkan are unfamiliar with Starfleet encryption codes. They're too old. Our ancestors brought them back from a scouting trip in another galaxy.
It would appear our ancestors may have known one another. Friend or foe?
More Calvins.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Locale, no!
Neutralize.
They're human. They're Starfleet. They rescued us and they saved our research.
Our refuge on this planet is at an end. We do not have time for visitors. Minister Malongto will decide their fate at the village.
Royce into Odyssey. In emergency surface of the planet.
We need impulse power.
Sir, sensors detect 2 Arkan cruisers headed this way.
ETA?
1 hour, 40 minutes.
And the witnesses?
Neutralized.
Go. Neutralized. Such a gentle euphemism for murder.
Several of the documents detailed in the arrest warrant were recovered, sir. They are in the forensics lab for examination.
See to it that your men do not read his literature. The Grand Mahjong would consider reading such blasphemy as treasonous as writing it.
Understood, General.
Dismissed.
So, Calvins?
All we know from Kirk's encounter is that they came from Andromeda and were highly advanced.
Clearly.
But Kelvins are shapeshifters who only assumed human form in order to adapt to our galaxy.
They either adapted too well, or too poorly. Stadi's telepathy would be beneficial right now.
So would a knife. That guard. Call him over. Maybe we can reason with him.
On Romulus, only dogs beg.
Commander, I have yet to hear a good idea from you since we left the ship.
Your commands have made such a feat impossible.
You think we should have destroyed those 2 ships?
You don't take your heel off your enemy's neck just because it will bloody your boot.
I am not going to pick a fight with a superior force just to prove a point. This is about survival, Talora.
Survival? Survival is the elimination of all threats.
What do you know about the clouds?
They're propagating throughout Andromeda.
The clouds are the result of the Arkan's gravity-based weapons. They use them to destroy the systems we attempt to inhabit.
We've seen no evidence to suggest the Arkan weapons have anything to do with the SFCs.
Why are you humanoid?
The Arkan used a biological weapon of monstrous design. Those it didn't kill immediately were trapped in human shells. We are easier to kill in this form.
Indeed. Instead of a genocide, they killed our identity.
The encryption codes you use. We've developed new ones in the last 100 years. We can help each other.
With the research we helped Dr. Panos recover, perhaps the singularities can be stopped once and for all.
Minister, you already heard Atlas and Panos plead for their lives. Is it really necessary to hear them do it?
My morality has gotten the best of me, Commander. It is clear you risked your lives to rescue our own. You are not our enemy. You may leave.
In the formation zone.
As we have done before, we will uproot, ascend, and find a new home.
We can help you.
We do not accept help.
Panos and Atlas will escort you to your shuttle. Accept our gratitude and descend.
Restoring shuttle functions.
You saved my life's work.
When the Archon are destroyed, we won't have to worry about relocation ever again.
But if we can discover the cause of the singularities, we won't have to blame the Archon, and we won't have a thirst for revenge. We can start to rebuild our civilization again.
He's forever hopeful.
What the hell?
Explain what is happening.
Computer, this is Lieutenant Commander Ro Nevin. I acknowledge the Omega Directive. Relinquish computer controls, authorization, Ro Zeta 785.
Security clearance level 3 or above is required to access files.
The computer has detected the Omega molecule somewhere on the surface of the planet. We won't be able to regain shuttle controls until it's been destroyed.
How can the Omega be here? The Kelvins haven't possessed the Omega in decades.
Dr. Oculus knows where it is.
Why didn't you tell me?
Oculus, where is it? Omega must be destroyed.
Omega is the only thing keeping us alive.
That's not all, sir. They have a stable Omega reaction device here on the planet. I could tell Locale was hiding something, I just didn't know what. That's why they want us to leave. They don't want anyone to know that they have a stable Omega power source here. You just thought it. Telepath, remember?
Take us to this Omega device. Or he dies.
Nevin!
I'll take you.
Stoddy, remain here. Try to get the computer online.
Hundreds of years ago, we harnessed the Omega molecule. It was the golden age of our people. We found a way to contain Omega in storage modules that allowed us to power starships, weapons, even entire planets. Without it, the Archon would have destroyed us long ago. Panos forgets that sometimes. He doesn't realize the totality of our struggle. He wasn't on Kelva when the Archon forces laid siege.
A gravimetric shear from the zone.
Keep moving.
Dr. Oculus.
Keep going.
You knew about the Omega module, but you kept it from Panos.
Knowing about Omega was not vital to his research. The Resistance tries to keep the Omega modules moving around the galaxy. We try to keep the Archon guessing. It was better that Panos not know about it.
Maybe not, but truth is a vital part of any marriage.
You know, you're going to find out that in order to survive, a marriage needs lies every bit as much as it needs truth.
Corey will love hearing that.
To preserve the Resistance, I would do anything. Sacrifice anything. Including my marriage.
Sir, they're here.
Bridge to engineering, Mr. Gillen, tell me something I want to hear.
Bridge. Impulse engines will be restored in the next 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Gillen. Get ready to drop the cloak. Stand by on phasers.
Aye, sir.
You can let the hostage go.
In there. Exactly 1 keroid below the surface. But you're not going to get past the dampening field. And now I'd rather sacrifice Panos and myself than let you.
If the shuttle is able to detect it, then the dampening system is already breaking down. If we can mask Omega's signature, then the shuttle will unlock, we'll be on our way.
And lose our chance to go home? We arrived here on decayed Omega residue from a tetrahedron. And now we've stumbled upon an active Omega power plant. We can go home. Bring back help, whole fleets to help the Calvins.
Omega is not yours to steal, Romulan. Disarm. Now! This is exactly what Minister Melanco feared. You have betrayed us. And to a people who may very well be allied with the Archon, we must neutralize.
Wait. For years, we've been searching for the cause of the singularity. And for years, I thought we neutralized the Omega modules.
Doctor, a damaged Omega module would amplify gravitational forces.
And a deliberate detonation of one of them
Would cause singularities to form. We're our own plague.
We haven't used Omega as a weapon since the loss of our homeworld. Only as a power source.
An ill-maintained power source. The dampening field has been weakened because of all of the gravity distortion. The module has been throwing out. It's only a matter of time before the module loses containment. We got greedy and it's destroying the galaxy.
The Archon have deliberately destroyed Omega modules in the past. They are the true threat.
Like Starfleet's Omega Directive. Perhaps the Archons have realized Omega's danger and have correctly associated it with singularity formation. Getting rid of Omega modules would seem a prudent course of action.
Oh, Atlas. You didn't see the Omega module. You couldn't have. You were blinded by its radiance.
Time is short, Locale. The village will be evacuated to the ship soon. We should finish this and go.
Very well. Commander Rowe, you are attempting to steal an Omega module. Punishment is neutralization. Dr. Ackles, I need your help to fix the dampening field in the module. Our shuttle is just over the rise. Go and prepare it for immediate takeoff.
Right away.
It's time to go, old man.
These people are not our enemies. I'm standing with them.
And you shall be neutralized as well. Far swifter fate than what awaits this planet.
The Omega module isn't down there, is it? You knew you'd come. You moved it.
The module is safe.
The module has been moved to the ships. That would accelerate the singularity. You fool, Locale!
Esteem, prepare to neutralize.
I may have misjudged Omega, but I have not misjudged the sincerity of Commander Rowe and his people, or the love of my husband.
Well, Malenko listen to reason.
He doesn't have to. It's already on his shuttle. Locale wasn't going to leave it lying around for somebody else to recover. They were already here to pick it up when they spotted us.
This planet is being torn apart. We need to move.
Odyssey to Commander Rowe. Sir, we're in orbit and we got the Archons on our tail, but we can't beam me up with all the gravity waves.
Our ships, in orbit, they'll be vulnerable.
Wozniak, prepare to drop the cloak and run interference on the Kelvin ships.
Acknowledged.
I have a plan, but I need you to trust me, and to trust Omega one more time, my love.
Please, Agnes. This is no time for heroics.
Commander Rowe, I can fix the dampening field. Go to your shuttle. I'll meet you in orbit.
Odyssey, this is Rowe. Take the primary sensors offline now. There's an Omega molecule inbound to you. With any luck, we'll be joining you in a few minutes.
What about these two?
It's a little cramped, but the head of the Royce will have to do for now.
Get up.
Systems online.
Stoddy, get us out of here.
Lifting off.
Commander, Oculus is breaking orbit.
Atlas, come back to me. Death is the end, not the beginning.
The Archon will learn to fear us again. Once. Remember me.
She's altering course.
She's not going for the ships.
Stoddy, get us into transporter range. She's heading straight for the zone.
She will unleash the Omega.
Row to Odyssey. The Omega molecule is about to detonate. Beam us directly into the shuttle bay. Go to warp as soon as we're aboard.
Acknowledged. 3 of the transports are away. 3 others are preparing to jump to warp, and 2 are having trouble breaking free of the gravimetric shear.
Helm, set a course for the 2 ships. Stoddy, ready the tractor beam.
Going back is certain death.
We are not going to help the Arkan finish their genocide.
She could never accept that we lost.
She speaks for many. Those of us who cry out for relief, beg for an end to our suffering. There is another way to live, and together we will find it.
Captain's log, stardate 61306.3. As a result of the Omega molecule's destruction, the Ipuya system has been rendered uninhabitable. Melandko and the refugees are nomads once more. But now that the Kelvins know their reliance on Omega has been the cause of their problems, the mechanism of change has been set in motion. Change, however, often comes at a great cost, whether it be to our loves or to our lives. But in order to survive, we all need to change.
Grandmother, we'll send for the physicians.
Leave me be.
Grandmother, Majam Saren, she...
Speak your mind, General.
The Mahjong does not rule as she should.
Mahjong needn't heed your advice. Nor I.
Of course. But I fear that the Great Ones will retaliate if the Mahjong keeps her present ways.
The Great Ones do not answer the prayers of the vague.
Then permit me to be blunt.
My heart cannot judge you. My mind cannot fault you. You needed to know what your friend had done.
Why would Polis say such things about you?
He fears change. He does not accept my destiny, our destiny.
I'm sorry.
I know. You are the song of my heart. Don't ever do that again.